What are some things people can do if they want to get better at channeling?
Oh boy. It's a really sticky wicket. First of all, I suggest that you don't do that. But if you want to do it, fine. People that say they want to go take ayahuasca or this or that, I suggest you don't do that. But if you do that, get somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. I would suggest that you ask if you want to do some channeling work. And there's a lovely gal. What is her name? Rainbow Mystic. She's Australian. She's on the internet and she is an automatic writer. She gets things supposedly from the dead royal family of England. Now, I don't know if she does or not, but it's cool and it sounds pretty authentic. So I don't know. You have to be careful of thinking that you can't channel a master, by the way. You can't channel God itself or the master. That is a higher frequency than the emotional body. There's all kind of books out there, people saying they're channeling this and that. You're not. You believe you are. So there's so much deception. I would say be very, very careful with it, especially trying to convince other people that you're important because you think you're channeling Abraham Lincoln. Why would he talk to you? I'd ask that to myself. Why would this? Well, it's not who that is.
So, in the same way, people should also be careful when they're hearing channeled material, especially if the person giving the channeled material wants something from you.
Well, most channel material is personal for that person. And you got to realize that a lot of it's just not true. It's not true. It's like people saying they're in the fifth dimension. You're not. If you think you're in the fifth dimension, if I whack you in the head with a 2x4, you're going to know that you're in the third.
Yes, you will.
So don't lie to me about you being special. I'm the Queen of Swords. I'm not going to put up with that because I don't want to put out that kind of material. And I don't want to hear it from anybody else demanding that they be special. What this is about is not you being special, but you going deeper and deeper within and contacting your soul. Your soul. So if you want to do more channel material, I think what you're really asking is you want more contact with the divine. That's what I would suggest. Find out, how do you connect with the divine? You can't channel an angel. You can't channel a master. You can't do it. Those are very, very high frequencies.
In that way, then channeling is keeping you from the divine.
Oh, I don't know. It's like my good and evil poured in the same cup. We drink it unawares. That's what channeling is. It's like a communication. It's a way to communicate. What are you communicating with? If you go into a house and you are ghost busting, who the hell are you talking to? You don't know. We depend, and this is important. When you are incarnate as a human being, you're going to depend on your physical senses to discern most things. That over there is a tree. I know that's a tree. How do you know? Because I know it's a tree. You see, that's the mystery about channeled information, about the divine, about spirit. You can believe in Jesus, but if you don't see him in front of you, that belief and that faith, that comes from your soul. So what you're trying to do is connect more with you. Why don't you try asking, if you want to do some channeling, that those who guard and guide you talk to you? Try that. See what happens. You might get some cool stuff.
That's great advice. And it just starts with listening. So it's something simple.
Yeah, and you're listening within. You're not listening with your ears. I'm visual. I get visuals. I was in the post office yesterday and I had my back to the person behind me, and I got a visual. I said, "This person wants to talk." So they started talking, and I turned around. I started talking to them. Then when I go out, I had a big cart of stuff my husband had ordered. I thought this person's going to ask if they can take my cart in. Sure enough, he did. I said, "No, honey, thank you so much. I need the exercise." And I thought, Spirit, why did that happen? They said, "We're showing you to trust your intuition. This is how we learn and we grow. And the more you trust it, the more it's going to work." So just ask that you be shown safely and with protection. That maybe there's somebody in the astral realm who has information you want. Maybe we do it all the time. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out and tell me.
I think we also are stopping ourselves from doing it because we get stuck in different things in our life that hold us back from noticing those moments.
Well, I do. I there is such a difference in the physical world and the non-physical world, and how I see when I'm looking at my eyes. I'm looking out the window right now. I know I'm looking out the window, but I also get visuals, and I will see words written. That's how it works for me, and I know that that's a different thing.
And everybody has their own way of being. So if we all found our purpose and weren't so scared of it, what it would be truly remarkable.
Yeah, and I think it does take a lifetime, and a lot of times is, what about, how I am about single moms. I have this thing about single mothers out there. They have a dog, they have a cat, they have 3 children, they're working 2 jobs, a kid is sick. Do you need to find your purpose? Do you need to have a life of service? Please, I'm not talking to you.
Well, you're
That's
already
not,
serving, that's for
right.
sure.
You are, and that's not what I'm addressing. I'm talking about finding a peace of mind, such as that the sacrifices that you are making counts. You are raising human beings. There is no greater service. You are caring and giving your life force to create a safe environment for human beings to live in. That's your purpose. Well, I hope it'll be more. Well, it may be something else. I can't answer that. I really can't address that. I'm not a mom. I haven't had that experience. I mean, how would you address it, Linda? What would you say to the kind of woman that I just spoke of?
I'd say just what you said, you're doing it. You're doing it right now. So all you really need is the peace of mind so that you have the strength you need to get through, because being with your children is the greatest gift you could give the world. And you probably have other gifts that are going to shine through because kids grow up and they end up doing their own thing. And that will come in time. There's room for both in your life.
I agree. I have this since I've been a child. I have this image of this African American woman who's in her 20s in the projects in New York. It's loud, it's drug infested. She tried to go to school, but she got pregnant, and now she's working at the Waffle House at night. It makes me I can get physically sick thinking about that. What the hell happens? But that's just my own, that's an emotional thing for me. It's emotional. So we each have these things that push us forward. But I'm not supposed to save her. That's the difference. It's hard.
It is hard because it feels like we should have a world that supports her, and it feels like we should have humans working to care for each other. And yet, so many people are just struggling to barely pay their rent.
Oh, it's brutal, and it's not going to it'll get better and worse at the same time these next couple of years. My brother from another mother, John Hogue, John just wrote something on this. If y'all aren't getting his newsletter, please get it. He's a Hogue Prophecy, I think, .com. absolutely amazing and brilliant, wanting to guide people through these hugely transformative times for the next 2 years. We're going to see possibly the cure of diseases, I think. We're about to see things happen that we've never imagined for good and ill. We just put something out on Zoliart. The Spirit showed me the other day an image of the world. They said, there's one soul, that's the human soul. There's one world. Look at that from space. There's only one, and there's only one war. There are at least 8 wars on the planet right now, but it's only one war. One human soul, one world, one war. War is a way of communicating. It's a communication. And are they necessary? Some are. But we will see the end of this. There is a plan, you guys. When humanity was started, how far back do you want to go? It's called the plan of light, love, and power. Power is Shambhala. Love is the Christ, the head of hierarchy. And light is the Buddhic energy. That's the mind. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the forget what it is. I went out of my body. That's the great invocation. I totally out of my body. I was like, saw myself on the moon. But that addresses light, love, and power. The spirits around me are just laughing. They think it's hysterical. Aha, you thought you knew it by heart. Well, you do, but it addresses that there is a plan, and actually things are going pretty well. Believe it or not, we signed up for this, y'all. This isn't a shock. I like to say, look out your window. Do you see wars and riots? I hope you don't, but I speak mainly for the Western world. I heard the other day I can't remember who was talking about this, saying Britain, 100% of my genes are from that island. The British Isles, that's not even really a part of Europe. Those are islands. It's a different energy field. And the soul ray is the same as that of the United States. It is two. It is love, wisdom. It's the Buddhic and the Christ energy. And the name of the Christ, that's the head of hierarchy. In this sense, they're not talking about the Master Jesus. It is a job description. Master Kuthumi will, in the age of Capricorn, in about 2,000 years, he will be the Christ. That's his job. Right now, it's Maitreya. There is a plan. And there are 64 masters who've decided for some ungodly reason to stick around and help the fools that we are acting like. But they know we're kind of on schedule. Now, the emotional upset of this, and for me, I watch news almost all day on the internet, on the television. I want to know. I don't attach to it. I'm looking for similarities. What are they leading with? Well, the president just gave a big speech. Things are going well. Now all the news channels are saying how horrible things are. You see, so what are we leading with? It's emotion, emotion. Do not believe the emotional tags, you guys. Get out of that. Look for the dignity. You know, when you got up this morning, did you brush your teeth? Have you checked your bank account? What have you eaten? You got any exercise? Who have you talked to? How are your kids? How are your pets? That's how you evolve. It's the dignity of the divine in the physical. That's how you evolve. The spiritual will happen when you do that. When you do it. Does that upset me? Yeah, because I can be totally glamorized and be an absolute idiot thinking, well, nothing's happening today. I'm not doing well. Zoli, it's a 24-hour period. Suck it up. We're all like that. So try not to get upset with the drama because you are being programmed. Your reptilian brain, your limbic system, there is a neurological plug that comes into you where it plugs into you. Oh, upset. Oh, war. Oh, problem, problem, problem. Don't buy it. Look at it and go, well, isn't that interesting? If you get upset and emotional, you want to go do something weird out in public because you think you deserve to do that, what's the reward from your brain that you're getting? Consider possibly, instead of looking at all this emotion as being necessary, look at what the scientific neurological reward is you are getting. We've been talking about this in recovery groups for years, 20 years, 30 years, that we are programmed and we are trying to recover ourselves.